It looks even better in-game than it did while I was testing, but wow, it came out so much better than I was expecting. Anyways, in celebration of the release of My Hero Academia ALLS Justice, here we have a video, and we're showcasing some texture mods. On the right, you see Todoroki Toshido. That is from Hezi the Great. I love the color scheme. I think it fits Toshido so well, obviously, because he uses ice, and so did Todoroki. I'm saying did as if he's dead. I don't know, because to be honest with you guys, I haven't kept up with My Hero Academia since the 4th season. I just haven't been watching anime like that ever since then. But one thing I will say is that I played the first 2 ALLS Justice games, and I figured I'd come on here and talk to you guys about my experience with that and tell you guys whether I'm excited for ALLS Justice or not. You can probably tell that I am fairly curious about how the game is going to do. And, you know, while I haven't bought the game yet, and I don't intend to buy the game in the first week, month, or anything. I want to give it time to marinate. I want to see what the people think about it that have been playing it ever since the first game. And yeah, I figured I'd just come on here and talk to you guys about just my history with My Hero Academia as a series. So back in 2017 is when I think My Hero first came out. I wasn't really trying to watch it, to be honest. After watching Naruto as a teenager, I just felt like I had watched all shonen anime by that point. I was one of those people, and I also didn't like things that grew in popularity. Like, everyone started circle jerking the most popular shows back then, and I hated it. And My Hero was one of them, you know? And I told my best friend at the time, I said, bro, I'm not watching that shit that everyone's like fucking everyone's glazing this show. And it was pictures of the frog girl all over Facebook back then, you know, because as a kid I used to be on Facebook and shit. I don't know why. I guess that's just what we had back then. Hold on, because Orihime does have some pretty decent strings. Try to put some shit together. Yes, sir. So yeah, as I was saying, he put me on to My Hero Academia, but initially I wasn't trying to watch it. We sat down, we watched one episode together because he wanted to gauge my reaction. He told me that that show would change my life, right? That I would fall in love with it. And I'm like, Cap, there's no way, right? I've watched Naruto already. We watch one episode and I leave him that day very curious to watch more. So I go ahead and I indulge in the rest of the first season in one day, in one sit down. I don't know what it was, but I was so invested in what was going on. I don't know if it was just like the characters that I liked or the actual premise of the show, but let's try to get it. Yes. Nice. But yeah, I watched the whole series, the whole first season in one night, and I became a mega fan of the show. And from that point forward, back then I had a 3DS. I remember looking for the fighting game that they had back then. I think it was the first My Hero fighting game. And it was really good. It had the DNA of what ALLS Justice eventually became, you know? Hold on. I'm trying to get those combos. For you guys that don't know or probably can't tell, I am recording this as I talk, so my train of thought is like going out the window every time something cool happens. And I'm also just really happy with how the Ochako Uraraka mod came out. The reason why this video is coming out 2 days after the launch of ALLS Justice is because this mod just kept getting more updates. But yeah, so I became a mega fan. I went to play the 3DS game. Loved it. And then a few years later, even after dropping My Hero Academia, I played the ALLS Justice games. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there's some people that hate the ALLS Justice games. There's some people that obviously have accepted what it is. You know, it is what it is. It's the only My Hero games we have for the modern era. Me, I'll be honest, I don't know. I mean, initially I didn't like it, right? Obviously it felt kind of cheap with the floatiness, and I felt like the graphical quality of the game was never all that special, but I mean, it's My Hero, and it's pretty cool. I remember when I first got ALLS Justice 1, I didn't really hate it. Like, I kind of messed with it a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was just a bigger fan of My Hero back then than I am now. But it was a pretty decent game. And when ALLS Justice 2 came out, one thing I recall was that overall the game just felt more like combo heavy. Then again, I think the difference between... Hold on, let's see if we can link this. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Anyway, what I was saying was, I didn't hate the first One's Justice game, and the second game seemed like an upgrade in some ways. I did appreciate the combo, like it just felt more fun to play with combos, but I do think that maybe I was playing on manual controls for the second game, and I wasn't familiar with that during the first game. Maybe that's why, but I don't know. Let's get back on track. Point is, there were some gripes I had with the One's Justice games that I think might still be around for All's Justice, such as like the floatiness. Now they did address it. They did make the game feel a little more weighted. They gave you access to your plus ultras on the ground, and I'm saying these things from a guy that hasn't played the game yet and won't for a little while, but you know, obviously as someone mildly curious about, you know, what the changes made, I've kept up with the game ever since the demos at Comic-Con, ever since, you know, the trailers and all the gameplay previews from people like Goku and stuff. So I do see some changes already, but I don't think they're enough to fix. Hold on, let's try to. I tried to reach. Alright, we're gonna need to heal. Oh, I didn't mention to you guys, Todoroki over here is using the broken soul code that gives him health and kills me in like a pretty quick amount of time. So he can hit me once. Oh, check out the windscreen. This is pretty cool. This was like the last thing I worked on like 10 minutes ago. So the windscreen, you've got the continue screen. Look at the post-battle stats. Tell me if you think that's cool. Took that straight from All's Justice. So look at that, bro. I'm proud of this. Like, I did not expect to do a full in-battle UI pack. I was just gonna do the health bars, and then for fun, I was gonna do some texture mods on characters. But then it became this full thing where I did this screen, did the win screen, I did the battle start, battle end, win indicator, tag indicator, Ryatsu, health bars, hit counters. So it was a pretty ambitious project, and that's why it took me so long. But not to toot my own horn, I just think it looks really cool. Now, let me also mention Deku in the back. He's chilling. He's not all that, you know, well done of a texture mod, because I did his first, and I didn't expect that this was going to be like a full-on project, you know what I mean? So Deku is he just got the recolor, you know what I mean? But he's here. Maybe I should switch to him. Give him some. So check out the bit of detail that I tried to give to him though. On his finger, I don't even know if that's the correct finger at this point, but you remember how back in the day, Deku used to do a lot of his smashes with the finger, so he'd break his finger a lot. So what I did on Ichigo was I colored the finger as if it was broken. So check it out. I can't show you guys if Todoroki over here keeps attacking me. But yeah, you see it. Maybe the color is a bit too dark, I don't know. I'm a little more comfortable with Ichigo than I am Orihime, so let's see if we can pull some cool shit off. Ooh. Good catch. We get him? Nice. Got him. But yeah, I mean, what I do like about the One's Justice games was the flair. You know, they always had some really cool effects. I think the plus ultras look pretty cool. And because I didn't watch much after season 4, there were a few characters that I was not familiar with, like I think, what's that guy with the bombs? There's just a lot of annoying zoner characters that I did not appreciate in the games, but you know. And One's Justice 2, which was just obviously the game I played most recently. There were definitely some fun characters like Gang Orca. Inasa was always one of my favorites since One's Justice 1, but then he got nerfed in One's Justice 2, so I kind of stopped playing him. But then I found Mina Ashido, the acid girl. She was actually pretty fun. She's got some cool close quarters combat. And you know, another reason why I felt like in some ways they dropped the ball with the Once Justice games is because wasn't My Hero the biggest game, the biggest series out at one point? I'm talking like it was unavoidable, and that's why I hated it. It was all over the internet back in the day, and if you didn't like it, you were like trying to be against the grain. And I didn't like it because, well, admittedly, yeah, I wasn't trying to, I didn't like everything that everyone else was trying to enjoy because I felt like people were just faking it. But also, it took the world by storm, and so it felt really weird that when Once Justice came out, it just didn't seem like the kind of game that the biggest anime would have, if that makes sense. Like, you would think that it'd be a bit better, a bit more solid of a game, considering that this was so profitable, the IP of My Hero. And like I said, the 3DS game that most people don't talk about these days was actually really solid. I feel like Once Justice and the 3DS game are not all that different in terms of its limitations. And I want to see how ALLS Justice compares when I do eventually play that one. But for the biggest anime out, especially back when the first Once Justice came out, I was like, My Hero is getting some pretty weird treatment. Like, why is their game not quality? It's the same feeling that I have towards JJK, a show that I've never ever cared to watch, and I probably won't ever watch it. I don't see a point. I'm not interested in it. But JJK, arguably one of the biggest games of biggest anime of 2023, 2024, got the worst game in the world, the worst anime arena fighter of all time, from what I've heard and from what I've seen. And I just could not believe that these days, the most profitable series are getting the worst treatment in gaming. And this is why I go back 15 years to play this fucking old-ass Heat the Soul game, because they have, in my opinion, this game had more love and care put into it than, its modern equivalent of 2025. So there's a few things that I want to show you guys in this texture UI pack, right? So you see up at the top where it says SP. So when you charge your first bar, right, when the white turns into orange, you notice to the left it says P1. So that's for plus Ultra 1, which means you have 1 bar to expend for one of your specials, right? When you charge up your orange bar, which is your second bar, it says P2. So that's for your plus Ultra 2. Now check this out. I thought this was pretty cool. It was an idea that came to me last minute. But when you go into your release state or your powered up or transformation state, it now says Rising. So much like what's in ALLS Justice, you get access to a Rising, which means you can do some pretty nutty stuff. You get some, added damage, whatever, health bonus. Cool stuff, right? So you see, I tried to put some effort into this. It wasn't just a rescan or a recolor. It's a full UI pack. The hit counter is also taken straight from ALLS Justice. That was nice. Nice. You got it, bro. You can have it. I don't want no smoke with Toshiro. I'm good. I'm good, my boy. I'm good. You got that, gang. This stage is pretty nice. I thought we'd take our squabbles here. Now, I hate to be beating on Ochako or Uraraka, but it's what I have to do to make up for the losses I took earlier. So let's switch gears a bit. Try out Toshiro. Orihime and Toshiro are definitely characters I'm not familiar with, but I'm enjoying them now that I've gotten time to just lab stuff with them. So let's see what we can pull together. I also, for some reason, threw Haribel on the team. I just wanted to see what kind of synergy she might have with Toshiro. So let's get this party started. Deku and Orihime versus Todoroki and Haribel from Bleach. Why not? Okay. Yeah, my buns are interesting. Okay. Nice. Ooh, good punish. I went for the grab there. Can we get it? Nope. see you, Deku. I think we got it that time. Let's go. Okay. Oh, got me. You're gonna guard, I'm gonna attack. Sorry, Deku. Good counter. That move is notoriously bad, bro. Breakout. Oh, I see he doesn't have the broken soul code, so these are gonna be pretty quick matches, but that's okay. It keeps the video short anyway. Cool. Oh, okay, so now I know that most people are going to do aerial weapon attacks, so now I have to find a punish for that. Caught him. Yo, that was cool looking. Alright, we got access to Rising. Let's go. We don't need it, but... Shit! How do we get in quick enough? That's probably the best thing we could do, yeah. I should have called Haribel since I knew that that was gonna work. Should have had her, like, follow up. He's dead. Yo, this project looks really cool. When you see everything together, it looks really, really interesting. And it kind of really shows that you could technically have made any anime game at that time using the same engine, because the texture mapping, while it's really complicated and kind of convoluted, any game could be put on this, you know? I'm no game creator, so maybe this is common sense to people that create games for a living, but I realize that this is probably one of the most moddable fighting games of our time right now, and you can put anything on it and just change it from Bleach to what Naruto to fucking My Hero Academia to Demon Slayer, whatever you want, you know. So shout out to these games. Good block. Shit. Pop. Pop. Okay, let's try something. Get over here! Get over here! If I had gone a little bit closer. Alright, let's try to get some soul blades in the video. Let's go. There's our one soul blaze for the video. It's probably not gonna do much damage. Let's see. Yeah, we're not going above 600. I saw it. Oh. She's done. Like I was saying earlier though, Orihime is actually pretty solid of a character. So if I start doing online matches and you guys see me use Orihime, don't be surprised. Like, check her out. She's got a pretty decent kit. And without access to Roman cancel, she still has extremely good strings. Oh, you can cancel that with the ice? I did not know that. I'm not scared of that attack anymore. What? Nope. The sidestep game is insane though. Alright. One round for the books. Yeah, Hezi did a really good job on the Toshiro Todoroki mod. This mod has been floating around for like the last 3 years, but I don't see it on YouTube much, so I'm glad to be, showcasing it. And if you guys want to know how to do texture mods, I do have a texture modding 101 video that gives you a basic rundown of the process, what tools you'll need, and how to dump textures from the game so you can edit them. So you can do stuff like this as well. The side step. And you're in the corner, so you're fucked. You gotta take that damage. There's nothing you can do. I keep sidestepping that, not remembering that I could just throw icicles at it. I mean, then again, the icicles are pretty slow, so I don't know. You better run. I'm waiting for a perfect opportunity to go rising. I'll wait for a projectile, and then I'll punish. There it is. There it is, baby! Oh, and it's a dual ultimate, so you taking that. To the face. Cascada. Let's go. Cascada. Cascada. That rising meter looks dope. Oh my god, Ichigo came out for an attack right there. You see, that's cool. That's like delayed support, and obviously the CPU had no idea that that was going to work like that. But yeah. That's actually a good way to get to the other side of him if he's forced to block. I didn't have rising. I'm so like on top of using rising to for the iframes. Check this out. Right through that shit. And I think Hyodemaru also eats projectiles. Check this out. Yeah, that bitch. She hated that. She's taking damage. In one of the last matches I did, he literally ate the projectile. That's so unfair that when you do a dual ultimate, you get so much time to charge your SP. That's a free Ryatsu pop. They're just not close enough to negate it. What? No, that was way too late. I'll do one more. That was really fun. In fact, you know what? No, I think I'm going to switch characters. So as you guys know, with DLC 1.01, oh my god, I forgot about that texture. It was a test texture. Just ignore it. But I wanted to just show you guys the Bakugo colored Shorin, right? So let's just have fun with it. But because of DLC 1.01, you're going to have to hear the game audio in the back. But that's okay. Small price to pay for true freedom, you know? And I don't think y'all see much Shorin content on YouTube, so... Let me tee up, though, because I'm kind of dropping combos. He has pretty decent weapon attacks and not so decent normal attacks. You know? It's really hard to link his shit, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But he looks cool next to Todoroki, I'll tell you that. But he needs to be much closer. Damn, he's just not fast enough to get... to really make to do anything. This work? Okay, that's cool. So you saw that little test texture. I tried to give him the black, eye look that Todoroki, that Bakugo has, but I didn't like it, so I was like, all right, let's scrap it. And because I don't really know what Bakugo's most recent fit, like if he still has that blackened eye look, or if he ditched it, because sometimes I see material online where he doesn't have it, and he's older, so I assume in the later season he ditches that look. Yeah, those normals are horrible, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This should work. Double up. All right. Y'all see the vision, right? Bakugo colored Shorin, Todoroki colored Toshiro. You see the vision. Man, this shit looks cool though. One more time. Yeah, I was too lazy to try to finish the black eye thing. I mean, it was a cool concept, but I'm ditching it completely. Nice step. Oh, that was cool. That's pretty cool. His weapon attacks are so weak sauce. They're so broken that they're bad. You know? That's how you make up for it. Because he does have this one move that can go through guard. It breaks guard in like one hit. I swear to God, I'm not making that up. Do they have a dual ultimate? Because that'll look pretty cool. Ice and fire. Alright, let's try to bring you guys some Soul Blaze and some Rising action. So I have plus Ultra 1, which is cool. Okay, no luck there. You see how bad his melee attacks are? From point blank range, you could still evade them by just moving back. Couldn't get any sauce to come out. I squeezed the bottle and no sauce came out. Okay. No luck. What was the angle on those projectiles? Nice. That should work. Nice. That looks pretty cool. We ain't done here. You think we done here? Hell no. Deku and Orihime, you will rue the day that you stepped on to the battlefield. Side step. Alright. I think this move, yeah, it does have a follow-up. But all of his moves are like kinda not good. You know? Oh, you know what probably would work though? Check this out. Hold on. Just figured something. Not that. Oh, let's go Rising actually. It might help. Alright. Shit. Ah. Yeah, I need a projectile support in order for me to make use of Rising. But it's all good. You have to jump back to make full use of his aerial projectiles. Does she move? Oh, right, he has a counter. I forgot about that. Let's try to trigger it real quick. No luck. Curious what it would look like. Oh, we could have popped the wait, can we trigger on a projectile? This might be good bait. I think it has strict activation time. Oh, that was cool looking. And it didn't blow them away, which means that Toshiro technically could have gotten a hit in. Let's run it back and see if we can make some cool shit happen. Alright. Now, I think I've seen everything Shorin had to offer. So, let's try to put it all together. Oh my god, bro. Are you serious? The distance on that was so jank. Oh, I should have had Toshiro come in a little closer. There we go. And we have access to Rising now? Check this out. Dual special or no? Yes! That's cool. Really cool. Ready? Fight! Oh, nice. That's a very difficult Soul Blaze to hit. The fact that I got it, I'm surprised. Todoroki and Bakugo have some synergy, I see. Oh, you know what I want to try? I want to swap out while Orihime's in the air. Good grab. Let me see. Oh, okay, it does work. Caught. That's the ice. That's the fire. Oh, body is going through it right now. Now, I remember Shorin's support was like bullets. Let's see how that works. Short-lived. Very short-lived. I have to act quick. Yeah, very short-lived. Don't fancy that. Rising? Oh, I was ready to go Rising right there. Alright, one more match after this. Alright. Good catch. Oh, you know what I want to try next? Check this out. Will he recalibrate? No, he won't. Okay, that might be like... That might be update 1.01 balance change type of stuff. Because some characters in 1.01 do move a little bit different. Now, there was never actual real patch notes out for this. But, I don't know. Shorin just feels like he doesn't play the same game everyone else does. Is that just me? But that was it. What? Of course not. Plus Ultra 1. Plus Ultra 2. Keep forgetting I can... Oh yeah, I'm not fast enough. It's not that I'm forgetting, I'm smarter. Sidestep. Go ahead, throw it. Caught. Caught. Here we go. You're done. Nah, his support is trash, I ain't gonna lie. No luck. Oh my god, but the after damage is pretty nuts. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm cool with that. I mean, I can end things right there. I hate the fact that the eye texture doesn't show up, but I'll be releasing all of this stuff publicly, so check for that in the Discord. It should be available later today or tomorrow, depending on when this video is posted. It's currently Sunday. Also, you guys let me know, for those who have played ALLS Justice, let me know what you think of it, if you're enjoying it or if you hate it. Also, if you played the previous Once Justice games, let me know what your experience has been like with that. If you happen to be My Hero fans, let me know if you found this video through the algorithm or through the title. Just say, yo, I found you type thing in the comments to let me know. And yeah, let's talk about My Hero. I haven't talked about this series in a long ass time. And I think this will be the last My Hero game. So I don't know, man. It's just a very interesting time to live in, but I'll catch you guys in the next video. Also, if you check my community tab, I did ask you guys if you want to see a full costume mod showcase from all of our community members that create texture mods for this game. And I haven't checked it in like a week, so I'm going to check it later on today. And if you guys have majority showed interest in that, then I will be recording that video soon. So yeah, but if not, if you just saw this video and you haven't voted in that poll, let me know if you're curious about seeing that, and I will get on that as soon as I can. My name is Chen, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.